Hello there, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to a simple love story from the studio called Space Note. And well, the title is pretty suggestive. What is it about? So let's go. And yeah, we probably have two endings in this game, and I hope there is no bad ending because of that. So let's go. Hopefully it won't be hard to get a good ending. Okay, never mind. My eyes darted around the room as the number of standing classmates dwindled, eventually to none. Schedule. Awesome people welcome. Okay, note to self. God damn it, why do we have to do this anyway? It's already been half of the semester and we didn't have a single group project. And I haven't made a buddy in here at all. I looked at Mr. Novel, who skimmed through, looking for anyone who could be paired up with me. Well, Michael, I suppose you could. Yeah, we don't mind having 3 people. A girl leaped over her desk and pulled me down. Mr. Novel gave a nod and began giving the instructions. My eyes were on him, but my brain certainly wasn't. Now, it seemed like Mr. Novel was gonna let me slide by and do this project alone, but that blondie just swiped that chance away. Are they using me because I look like some sort of pushover? That's probably true. I glanced over inconspicuously, examining their faces. Are those the choices? If so, then we are going with the right one. The blonde chattered away, to the other girl's dismay. She attempted to shush her friend, but no use. The former began whispering. Well, more like a mixture of shouting and whispering about girl things. Or things that seemed like girl things. I wouldn't know. But a peak shifted towards me, I think, since I heard a slight whisper of my name. I probably should look away before I notice. Hey, you! Michael! The blonde tapped me on my shoulder, making me jump slightly. I thought I was sneaky enough, but I suppose not. I have a sickness called laziness, so you gotta take over my part, okay? I took a deep breath. I didn't want to punch another girl this year. What? He punched a girl. I can't believe this. Mr. Novel finally finished his monologue and gave the signal for everyone to start. Here, write your name down. The other girl slid a handout onto my desk. As I was scrolling out my name, I took a quick look at their names. Aceline and Emily. Okay, now that he's out of the way, let's get started. Okay, now that he's okay. What ideas do you guys have? Aceline, you have any? Aceline, I think Aceline is the correct spelling. I don't know actually. Never heard that such a name actually. I was thinking battleship, but it has nothing to do with statistics, so I don't really have anything. Yeah, I don't think it does. Also, what are we doing again? I wasn't paying attention too much. You were too busy holding my chest, right? Don't worry, it happens all the time. We're supposed to make a gambling game, actually, and write down the chances of winning. Maybe we could do a game where they are supposed to guess what number comes out of the die, and if it's correct, they get double their bet. Emily nodded and jotted down our ideas, not saying a single word while doing so. When we finished explaining, she stretched her arms and sighed confidently. Phew, we finished pretty early. Phew. Okay, so Michael, you wanna eat with us? I mean, you don't really eat with anyone, right? I've never seen you with anyone. I enjoy the silence, actually. That won't get you anywhere. Come on, eat with us. I haven't met anyone new in a long while, so this is a good chance to fill my quota. You don't have to come with us if you don't want to. Emily just loves the extra company. It's been a while since I've last eaten with anyone. My family included, actually. As much as I wanted to turn down this invitation to a lunch harem, I agreed. At that moment the bell rang and everyone squirmed towards the exit. Emily excitedly rushed towards the exit as well, waiting at the door while Aceline and I were calmly packing up. I assumed we would head towards the cafeteria, but expectations were shot down as they led me over to the library. Once we got there, Emily and Aceline sat down, the former forcefully pulling me down next to her. I could only watch as they emptied out their bags. What, you didn't? What? You didn't bring anything today? Emily greedily stuffed some rice and watermelon into her mouth. No, I usually eat at the cafeteria. You hungry? You look hungry. Why don't you go get yourself some lunch? Another bite. In hindsight, her lunch sounded disgusting, but I would have loved to take a small bite. The wait is usually long around this time, so I'll most likely have 5 minutes when I finally get something to eat. Aceline ripped a quarter of her sandwich and placed it on my lap, along with a small pink napkin. Here, you can have it. She's the best. I never eat the entire thing. I wasn't too hungry, but since she offered, might as well. Before taking a bite, I thanked her. Are you always by yourself at lunch? Emily popped out a gallon of soda from her bag. I guess. I'm not lonely. I just enjoy having time to myself before class starts again. Sounds like an excuse to me. You don't have any friends to hang out with, right? Did I hit the mark? Ignoring her blunt words, I answered. I suppose I don't have too many. Having a few friends is better than having a ton of acquaintances. That's something made up by loners, you know. You just gotta get up and make some friends. Do you wanna end up alone and dead? I think it's just alone. Could end up dead in one day. Being alone isn't bad. Sorry about Emily. She usually just dumps out whatever she's thinking about. Hey, you don't have to apologize for me when I'm just telling him the cold hard truth. Emily finally finished her 5-course meal and pulled out dessert. An industrial-sized bag of Skitters. Do you like Skitters? I suspected something from her sudden change in tone, but I humored her. I think they taste good. Sure. You want one? Okay, well, what is Skitter? Is it like not Skitter but Skittles actually? Because if that's what I think, then well. You want one? I nodded and held out my hand, only to be given a single piece. I did say one. Has anyone ever told you to brush? It's a miracle you became friends with Aceline. By the way, when did you two become friends? When? 2 years ago, wasn't it? Aceline nodded. We met through a friend, I think. Yeah, probably. Anyway, why ask that? You two seem like polar opposites, is all. Cause I'm always telling you the truth of the situation. I would never do that to Aceline. She's too good for that kind of treatment. But the truth is, she's only been friends with me cause she's too nice to leave me alone. Not true. Really, she's a nice person. It's just hard to get used to her for most people. Ace, lunch is almost ending soon. If we don't leave soon, then we won't make it to the finish line. Okay, but the Ace line. What? I learned about that joke from... Anyway, that doesn't matter. Michael, I expect you to choose what topic we're gonna do for the project. And to tell us later. But what choices do I have? Actually, give us your phone number now. You have unlimited text, don't you? Well, it's limited, but... Good, got it. Aceline, come on. We won't make it to physiology on time if we slug around. Hey, we'll text you later, okay? See you later, Michael. I waved as Emily made a run for it, and Aceline slowly jogged after her. Once their silhouettes disappeared, I got off the bench and headed towards my calculus class. Calculus was pretty boring today, since a few people didn't catch up. But that's the same chalkboard. When that had ended, I packed up and headed towards the east gate. While the beauty of rock played in my ears, I noticed Aceline. I wanted to act as if I never saw her and continued home, but she seemed worried about something. Trying to figure out what's going on, I decided to go up to her. I should have saved before, changing up my daily routine for once. Aceline? Huh, Michael? What are you doing here? I was just walking home. You? I was trying to look for something. Look for what? Well, I found a baby robin that fell out of its nest yesterday, and I put it back in, but I'm trying to look for it now to see if it's there or not, but I forgot where the nest is and... Jeez. She reminds me a lot of those fairy tale princesses, with all the birds flying and singing about. Yeah, a bit. Do you mind if I help you out? Would you? I've already checked there and there, so maybe you could check over there. We both scoured the land for a nearest for 10 minutes, but no dice. Feeling like we'd never find that bird, I half-heartedly went to another tree, expecting to find nothing, only to hear a tiny chirp. How convenient. I found him. I pointed up with a small smile. Oh, he's here. I was worried he fell off again. The little guy looked like some strange fetus from outer space, but he was kinda cute when he opened his beak and spaced around, expecting to be fed. You know, I was thinking we're a lot like these baby birds. We're still being taken care of right now by our parents and stuff, but sooner or later we'll have to grow up and get out on our own. That sounds like something out of a Hallmark card. I thought it was kinda deep myself. I meant to tease her, but it seems she took it seriously. Anyway, I would try to relate myself to a baby bird, but I can't get that thought through my mind. Do you feel that way too? She nodded. Kinda. Everyone tells me I'm naive and gullible, but it's nice to be that way sometimes. But like I said, at one point I'll have to grow up. It would be nice though. We stood there in silence, mainly because Aceline was busy looking at the bird, and because it would have been awkward to say that I wanted to leave. You can leave now if you want. No, it's fine. I could walk you home. Where do you live? She pointed towards the neighborhood across from mine. I would have loved to part ways, actually. Why? I live over there too. We could walk together if you want. Really? Thanks. It's getting late anyway, since the sun's setting. She picked up her things and waved goodbye to the fetus bird. I waved too. The walk to her house was a long one, and the way back was double. I have a strong feeling my legs will be sore tomorrow. So what? At 8 in the morning I got a text from Emily commanding me to show up at John's Cafe in an hour. I asked if we could meet up later, then laced around as I waited. Half an hour later she sent me a simple no. John's Cafe wasn't too far away, so I got there in 10 minutes past 8. John's Cafe. I can't get used to that the text doesn't disappear. Never mind. Once I arrived, I spotted a short, brown-haired girl waiting at the counter. Hey, Aceline. Where's Emily? She's saving us a table over there. I walked over to Emily, who furiously stopped at her phone, probably texting someone. Once I sat down, she looked up, a short and surprised sound escaping her lips. You're late! Only because you replied so late. I was busy doing project stuff. I wrote the entire list of ideas we had, but in better handwriting. She showed it to me and puffed out her chest as if she actually did something productive. Aceline greeted us out of nowhere with a steaming cup of mocha and sat down next to Emily. So, what we gonna start on? I was thinking we should start on choosing the subject first. Why? Let's start doing a project first. The subject is not important, right? We chose something while we were late, actually. The player guesses 3 cards out of a normal deck: ace to king, spades to hearts. Okay. They choose a random card, and if it matches one of the 3 they guessed, they get double what they put down. If not, then obviously they lose it all. I figured it was fun to play and not too difficult to win. Well, sounds good enough to me. By the way, I brought the cards you wanted. Thanks. Emily and I didn't have any, so I asked her to ask you. She got shy, you see. I don't text anyone other than my parents. The whole texting practice is nerve-wracking for me. I nodded, agreeing. Well, it was because I had no one else to text me, but I wasn't about to tell them that. Once we got past the small talk, we started on the project. Who was to do what we needed, things like that. Now that I think about it, we could have done it through the computer. I had no idea why Emily wanted to do this in person, but I'm here already. Just as I was about to write down a few notes on the writing portion, Emily interrupted my concentration. Hey, look over there, Aceline! She nudged Aceline a couple of times, bringing her attention over to a guy from across the room. Stop it! I already knew he was here. Aceline nudged back and tried to stop Emily's persistent attacks. Heh? Then why didn't you start to barrage me with messages about him last night? Maybe because you always make fun of me? Besides, I already knew he was in town. He just didn't tell me yet. Damn it. I wonder why. Emily said it in a sing-song way and shrugged. Don't look here, he comes now. Hey, don't look here, he comes now. Aceline hurriedly looked at her phone and half-heartedly pushed some buttons.